Okay, so I read Extra Lives Why Video Games Matter by Tom Bissell. He was explaining the use of storytelling in the 2008 release, I want to say, of Fallout 3 by Bethesda. He was referring to storytelling as a form of something a little more interactive, um, as well as comparing Fallout 3 to the game Oblivion or Donkey Kong. I think I saw once, being like the one of the first games to introduce storytelling in a game. He also kind of compared the storytelling style in games to novels and movies, meaning that games are a little more interactive. And I was thinking that music, as well as being an architecture major myself, those two things also kind of are a form of storytelling. The music I like is a lot of like the rock and metal type stuff. You can kind of see like the guitar back there. Um, that progressive rock and progressive metal are a really like storytelling based genre. So like you listen to an album, it's this progression of like events or settings. So, like two bands I know off the top of my head are Tool and Gojira. Those two bands a lot like use an album to kind of tell a story of some sort, as well as architecture. In like the 40s and 50s, there was a house designed by Mies van der Rohe called the Farnsworth House, and that was like a really controversial piece because it was essentially introducing the idea of like a concept for the house and not just what it is and what it's supposed to look like. Um, and that sort of became this form of controversial architecture that came with like a concept and a narrative. With that house in particular, it was this sort of concept of in between, like sandwiching yourself in a house because it's these two concrete slabs that are hoisted above the ground, and you're living right in this kind of space in between those two slabs. Um, yeah, that's kind of my response to Extra Lives.